maybe that is launched 10 years back, it has been working very fine, but recently it is not working as well because a lot of process has changed on the customer side. Or maybe the competitor has launched a brand new chemistry or brand new automation package, which is helping the customer to get more savings in the process.
Just one point. Sometimes regulatory things can make, let's say, sustainability is because of sustainability, you may be required to change the industries.
I agree absolutely, and we are working on several projects as an organization. Right now, we are having globally discharge regulations coming up on heavy metal discharge, halogen related residual discharge. So those are absolutely the driving factors that comes to the new product. So if you look into this process, it all starts from the customer. And when any salesperson goes to a customer to understand, hey, Mr. Customer, what is going on? How is your system performing? Right? There is a regular check every month or every quarter, and customer will express their, if they are not happy, they are not satisfied, they will say, hey, this product is not working as well as it was working, maybe 6 months back or 1 year back. Give me something new. Or I am making a new plant. For that, there is a new process. Give me something new product which I can use there. So that is called undiscovering the need of the customer. They do a fact-finding discussion with the customer. One starts from there, and once it comes to the sales, from the sales, then sales prepares a document called Voice of Customer. It is nothing but a set of questionnaire in which we'll have all the questions listed, unfold the need of the customer, and once the document is ready, sales passes it on, they move it on to the marketing team because they are the master of, defining it properly. Mainly marketing works on 4 pieces: product, price, place, and promotion. Once marketing gets the VOC document, they will understand what is the market need, what is the market size, why this product is needed, and what value it will bring at the end of the day to the organization. Right? And once they understand it, they define it as a project, and normally in our organization we call it as the innovation project. And it can be anything. It can be a small $1 to $2 million, of market potential innovation project that is to support the immediate need of the customer. It can be a global project to address, let's say, discharge regulations across the globe, something like that, to develop a new molecule, new chemistry, new product, new automation. So once the marketing gives it a shape of a project, and they try pass it on to the R&D, and it becomes R&D project. R&D starts working on it, starting looking at the need, looking at the background of the project. They go on and work on the new product development through lab scale testing and other things. And then they validate the performance of that program or the project or the new product through a technical trial, which is basically asking the customer, Mr. Customer, we have a new product, we want to understand if it performs well in your site. And then once that is done, they prepare a bill of material for that, pass it on to the supply chain. Our supply chain will help with the pilot scale production and other coordination which are involved in the supply chain, because supply chain also takes care of the manufacturing part. They will source the raw material, plan the production in the plant, make sure the pilot batch is ready, goes for the trial, and then also there is the finance validation, because at the end of the day, the product has to be cost effective. It should not be 100% more costly than the existing product. It can be maximum 20 to 30% more, or it can be agreement can be reached with the customer how much more we are willing to pay based on this value that we are showing you, right? Or the total cost of operation savings for you. Once the finance validation and the pilot scale is done and the performance is validated.
One question. Sorry, Shantanu. This is a one-way process, or is there any kind of dual process, or there is exchange of information among the all stakeholders like sales, marketing, R&D, because the voice of customer comes from the sales as well as this is a part of the marketing team day-to-day job to understand the voice of customer from the customer basis. This slide is talking about the flow in one-way direction.
So this slide talks about how the process goes overall, right? But as you said, it goes back and forth within the team also. For example, once the R&D are done with the product, they definitely communicate to the marketing that we are done, and there is a phase gate process which goes through. I'll come to that in later slides. But as you said, it is a linear as well as a cyclical process also, because time to time there is a review with the stakeholders to understand if we are meeting the expectations or not. So all those things are involved here. It is just a very overall simplistic view of how the process moves within the organization in a linear fashion, right? And we can definitely discuss more on this. We have a few more slides to specifically discuss about the roles and responsibilities.
Friends, this flow chart is being prepared in context of Ecolab. So this might vary organization to organization.
But I think I have a different opinion if you are saying this is prepared in context of Ecolab, right? So in Ecolab process is not linear. There's
We have
cycle
process,
process.
right?
You said, you said you have made in context of Ecolab,
Yeah.
right?
So for many organizations, the R&D will not be there, could be engineering. Right? If you go to engineering organization, it is not R&D.
I'm talking
engineering
now
function.
about Ecolab, because you said Ecolab, not the other organization.
This is in context of the Ecolab.
So in Ecolab, this is not linear.
Ashish, probably if I can clarify, if I say what I understood, probably you can correct me if I'm wrong. What they are trying to present here is this is the direction in which ideally things move. This is not a communication direction. This is the direction of
The process.
product launch. This is not the communication process.
So-
The communication is basically going across the team.
Yes, all the
Okay,
time.
say marketing, R&D, and of course sales, it doesn't get involved after the feedback is given. Sales gets involved later, but the marketing, the R&D and the supply chain, they work very closely hand in hand when the product development goes. But this is the direction in which the launch process goes, not the communication.
Usual
So
direction.
the usual direction. So probably what can happen is, say for example, if a product being launched, say for example, if there is a need in the market
Process and user.
of any product, let's say for example this pen. Okay, if this pen is required in the market of specific quality, so sales will give a feedback to marketing. The marketing say, okay, they will understand what can we actually sell, can we actually be present in that space. They will do all the validation, they say yes, we have to do it. So they go to the R&D. So the R&D starts doing it. Once the R&D is done, they will go to the supply chain. So that's the process. But when the R&D is manufactured, they will communicate back to or the R&D has designed it, they will communicate back to the marketing saying that, say, this is, you asked me for a price of X, I think I can give you an X plus 0.1.
I was actually understanding it should be kind of new product launch flow. If you are talking about the process, so it should not be, process should not be linear.
It is process, it's not the communication, right?
I'm not talking about the.
Totally,
So guys,
I
yes.
say, sometimes like the initiation happens from the marketing as well,
Yes.
right? Marketing is like initiate and ask the sales, okay, so we are planning for this product, so they initiate the process of voice of customer. So they set up.
I don't think so. That's the
Questions.
way it happens in Ecolab.
No,
In Ecolab, it's always.
That's what he said.
Like the IMCF is
It happens.
that's example.
Right.
That's what his point.
Initially it has to be started.
Initially, it
It's
has
a
been started.
one-off process versus a designed process.
It's a
There
design.
might be practices that happen
Okay.
differently. So when in R&D you're looking at a new product, you may get in touch with the supply chain
Yes.
guys, find out from them, say, is this material there, how long is going to take, and all of that. So those kind of things will continue happening. So I think it's
Yeah,
a
what
practice.
Ina said is very right. This is general process, right? It could be also R&D also develop a product and hand it over to marketing and marketing team hand it over to sales also. It could be this way also. But the standard process should be like this. Because how do marketing come to know what is the need of the customer? The voice of the customer is all.
That is not about marketing. In this context of the, it's not about marketing.
So, but
In
sales,
the market.
when the sales team or the sales force moving in the field, they are the one who understand customer needs, right, concerns, challenges, and they share the idea and they come up to the marketing that this is what we need. That's my understanding in Ecolab. Although I am very,
So
there are
meaning
multiple,
you are trying to
there are
say
multiple
both are the
situations.
voice of customer.
There are multiple situations.
So the both stakeholders are the voice of customer, sales as well as marketing.
Yes.
Right?
You may also take up a target if you have innovation as a, DNA of the organization. Then that may be a target for the year, and that may be when everyone starts looking at innovation
Yeah.
and this whole thing will, kind of but
Yeah,
the process,
this would be a
but
better way
the
to
process would be this.
Yes.
Yeah, basically, like say, there could be an instance where R&D, some team member is helping me troubleshoot some existing customer problem, right? And during that process, he has an idea, hey, this is the voice of the customer. Now, it might start, or the seeding might start from there, R&D, but eventually it might again follow this process, that it has to be again validated by the sales team and interact with the customer, again go back to the market. This is a formalized, standardized process. I mean, even if R&D did that, but if they don't involve sales and marketing, even if they found out the customer's voice correctly at the site, they still need to follow this process back. I mean,
Thank you, Manish. And I would like to stress upon the point only mentioned. It is the process, or if you are, calling it the flow, it is always linear. But the point you are referring to is more like communication, like we do from the phase gate meetings, on the regular meetings with the sales and marketing. For example, supply chain gets 5 different raw material vendors. They will go back and check with R&D and sales about the cost and other things.
But,
So that the communication keeps on going back and forth.
like for example, like if this process was not followed,
Right.
even if R&D had the right voice of the customer because they found out with the customer, they want to do it, supply chain is not going to, I mean, those steps will not take place unless and until this process.
It's complete.
After that has sales validated it, has marketing a program for it, they will not work on it.
It's a manual subject, and that's why we require some finance.
Yeah, so it will require everything. So, but they will not work on it till the time this process was
Yes.
followed.
So Ashish, did you answer your question or still you have some doubts in mind?
Some doubts in it.
Okay. So we can cover it up, right? So once we discuss about the function, different functions, probably we'll get an idea what is the job of sales, what is the job of R&D, and what are the key elements with these functions, right?
So, just continuing the process, from supply chain, it finally goes back to the sales. Because once supply chain is done with, making the final material, making the final product batch, it goes to the sales and finally it goes back to the customer. Because that is the end goal, is to provide the new product to the customer.
Just one thing, one question.
I'm sure this is not part of
Very
the
simplified
context. It's
overall
not part of
process.
the context, but ideally, is there an ideal thing that I'm asking out of your expertise as a R&D, as sales, as supply chain? Who's the, ideally for this kind of a process, who's the owner? Is it marketing? Is it R&D? Or is it supply chain?
Everyone.
All
Everyone
owner.
everyone is stakeholders.
All functions
Stakeholders,
has
who's the model?
So, let me please comment here then. The overall owner of any new product launch project is marketing. Marketing always, they are responsible for delivering it, and sales is responsible for executing it and delivering it actually.
Okay.
Would you also have
For
a
each
sponsor
step-
or something? A sponsor?
Sponsor, yeah.
Maybe some
Exactly,
vertical.
exactly. So
maybe-
sponsors are the business leaders, like HFS, Mike Murphy might be the sponsor for one project for WP.
So who
He is the
trigger this
sponsor.
or maybe?
For each bucket,
Yes,
each of them are
multiple
accountable
owners.
for those steps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So overall, that's very, valid point. The overall, the business leaders are the ones who are sponsoring the entire process. And these are the teams who are working in it and who are also the stakeholders as well. Overall, it is known by the market.
Right, okay.
Okay, thank you, great discussion. We'll move on to the next slide. Please go ahead, I'll hand it over to Tim for sales and marketing.
Right. You are going from sales, marketing, everybody knows the role of sales and marketing. So first connect with the customer is the sales guy. He moves into the market, he understands customer, uncover the customer needs, what exactly is the requirement. And then it goes to marketing. So everybody knows what is the role of the sales in the organization. Definitely the revenue generation is the top priority. But they are the one who are the first contact with the customer. They are the real one who understand the needs, concern, challenges during their process and come back to marketing. Marketing people need a lot of data from sales in terms of what they want to validate is, are they in a position of deliver this product? What is the market opportunities? There are different P's. What product should design? What is the product place? How do they promote? How do they position? A lot of things, pricing, all that.
It's not only product, right? It's services also.
Yeah, services also.
So it's also, Dave, one thing. See,
It
is particularly for the new product development or as a general role for the
A new product launch,
Did the last time they increased profit like through price increase?
That's-
How relates to,
Yes, that's true.
how relates to the new product?
You, any product marketing guy's job is to get the price increase from the
Yeah,
market.
price increase, yes. This is a general law this says.
Oh, it's general.
But how can we link the new innovation or new product?
So the new product also will come with, sometimes it comes with a premium price also, right? And there will be, the customer agrees to pay for it, we're having a price increase.
I think.
Price increase, the existing product should not be
On the
there.
existing